Grace Manor, we have 100 residents capacity in this building, and we mostly look after the senior citizens. We have to provide 3 hot meals and 2 snacks for 170 plus clients and residents each day.
To finish and to prepare 500 meals a day, and to make sure there is no mistake and everything is covered.
So each menu have 2 choices, so always one hot food and another one is cold for the lunch.
Working in the kitchen is very hard. You have to organize yourself, be prepared for everything what will come.
Each clients have different backgrounds, different ethnic groups and different taste buds. And some residents do tell us what they like to see on the menu. We try to accommodate as much as we can. For Friday they get Thai night or the Chinese night or the English night or the Caribbean night.
Making sure everyone is happy, the diet is correct for everyone. So it's lots of preparation.
All of our menus are approved by registered dietitians. We have to follow the Canadian food guideline to make sure our residents are getting healthy and hearty foods each day.
I'm very happy when I'm doing my job because it's coming from my heart, and I know everyone will appreciate that.
For us, the client satisfaction is very important, and to meet that we all have to work together, and I'm proudly saying, I have a good team.
Hello, and thank you for joining us. Welcome to Hope in the City, an important fundraising event for the Salvation Army Alberta and Northwest Territories Division. I'm your host, Tara Nelson, and I'm excited to share this powerful program with you today. We've got a great show lined up for you. Commissioner Tidd joins us now with a welcome from the Salvation Army.
Hello, and welcome to Hope in the City. We're bringing together supporters from across the Salvation Army's Alberta and Northern Territories Division. And while the COVID-19 pandemic has limited in-person gatherings, connecting virtually allows us to come together to kick off our annual Christmas Kettle Campaign. We're also distributing meals and winter care to the vulnerable today throughout the division with our Day of 1,000 Lunches. At the Salvation Army, we believe everyone needs a support network. Everyone needs an army. Your generosity helps to ensure that children wake up to presents under the tree, families have what they need for the holiday season, and life-changing support services continue year-round. Whether you give at a Christmas kettle, volunteer your time in service to the community with us, or visit us online at salvationarmy.ca to make a donation, we thank you for partnering with us in giving hope this Christmas. Once again, on behalf of the Salvation Army, thank you for your continued support. I wish you great joy and God's richest blessings this Christmas season.
The Salvation Army Canada and Bermuda Territory acknowledges this land is the traditional territory and homeland of many Indigenous nations. As the original caretakers, Indigenous peoples welcomed newcomers with hospitality and generosity, seeking to walk well with one another. Today, Indigenous nations comprising the First Nations, Inuit, and Métis continue to reside across this land. We seek to honor the past, present, and future contributions Indigenous peoples make in strengthening communities across Turtle Island. May we learn to walk gently with one another. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Margaret McLeod and I'm the Divisional Commander for the Alberta and Northern Territories Division. This is our annual Hope in the City event, and we are thrilled that you are with us this afternoon. I want to take the opportunity to thank the many sponsors, the many donors, and others who are participating this afternoon to make this such a success. Through individuals like yourselves, hundreds and thousands of Albertans are going to be helped this year through the Salvation Army. If you've not already had the opportunity to donate and you would like to, I would encourage you to go to the salvationarmy.ca to donate. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Chief Willie Littlechild asking you to please consider giving to the Salvation Army's Red Kettle Campaign. There are many people in our communities that need help, especially during holiday season and cold winter months. You can donate to the familiar red kettles in the community or online at salvationarmy.ca. Salvation Army, one word.ca. Together, we can make a difference and have a great holiday season, everyone.
We have a very special program for you today, and we'll be hearing from our guest speaker, Mark Little, President and CEO of Suncor Energy Inc., very soon. We would like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors who've made this event possible, especially our co-presenting sponsors, Wood Automotive and Mortgage Connection, our platinum sponsors, Flamin and Village Honda, and our gold sponsors, GDI Integrated Facility Services and Remington Development Corporation. But first, here's a few words from our honorary co-chairs, George Brookman and Patrick LaForge, as they tell us more about the Salvation Army's Kettle Campaign.
Hi, I'm Patrick LaForge, proud to be honorary chair of Salvation Army Hope in the City campaign. This is a pretty exciting day because today we're launching our Red Kettle campaign, and you can help. When you see a red kettle, you can make a donation and partner with us to give hope to people in need in our community. Edmontonians are known to be probably the most generous people in Alberta when it comes to helping neighbors in need. If you'd like to make a donation online, you can go to salvationarmy.ca. On behalf of all the volunteers, friends of the Salvation Army, to you and yours, Merry Christmas.
Hello, I'm George Brookman, and I'm the honorary co-chair of the Salvation Army Red Kettle Campaign for this Christmas. I'm working with Pat LaForge up in Edmonton, and we have split the province, so I'm handling the south, and we want the kettles in the south to be more full and have more for people than the people in Edmonton. That's as simple as that. So you can put money in, you can put coins in, you can put bills in, and you can tap your credit card or your ATM card. It's so important that we support the Salvation Army in their Red Kettle campaign. They do so much good work all year round, but at Christmas, they're especially needed. Help us all. Donate to the Red Kettle campaign in Calgary.
Nilo's story is a story of hope. It's one that the Salvation Army is fortunate to see played out time and time again with the people that come to us seeking services.
I was born in Philippines, May 5, 1962. When I was a kid, I started playing basketball. That's my favorite game. I'm studying at the Lyceum of the Philippines, which is second year mechanical engineering. And then I also play in basketball in varsity in that school. I play really good. And then something happened. My tuition fee stolen. I'm very upset because I didn't pursue my dreams. That's why my dad passed away on that time. And then we decided to move on in Calgary. My sister sponsored us, my mom, my brother, and my younger sister. So my mom passed away, was addicted to the drugs. Some people judged me, I'm an addict. And I spent 5 weeks in remand because I was charged for mischief, damaging the apartment. I bailed myself out from here now in Salvation Army. Without Salvation Army, I don't know where I go. Probably I'm sleeping in the street. Now I'm free.
It's exciting to see a man or a woman come through the challenges of their life where they now feel secure, safe, and confident about their future.
Nilo's touching story of hope represents the transformation that can take place in the life of an individual when supports like those offered by the Salvation Army are readily available. Hope in the City is much more than a fundraising event. While it is our goal to raise $600,000 to support the Army's vital programs and services, it is also to raise awareness of the issues impacting our community's most vulnerable. When you donate to the Salvation Army, you help struggling families with school supplies, hot meals, and food and toy hampers at Christmas. And your gift continues to make a difference throughout the year, supporting homeless shelters, addictions recovery programs, and transitional housing initiatives. To give your support, please visit salvationarmy.ca. Where there is a need, you'll find the Salvation Army. When Colleen Chow, a school teacher in Igloolik, Nunavut, wondered how she could find winter coats, boots, and jackets for 750 youth and children, she turned to the Salvation Army and its partners. Here's that heartwarming story.
This is my second year teaching in the North. I find the students to be quite cheerful. My students are all ESL, so they speak Inuktitut as their first language. So I love the fact that I can really immerse myself in Inuit culture. What I find really difficult about living in Igloolik and living up north is that as a classroom teacher, I noticed that a number of my students weren't wearing the proper gear in December and January. I had students who were coming to school in hoodies and in sneakers, and they were getting marks on their face and their hand, which was due to frostbite. There's also just a general lack of access to resources up here. I contacted Salvation Army originally just to clothe the students in my class, and then the project grew after Joe Fresh joined in, and then of course Baffinland joined in, and it became a project not just to clothe my class, but then the elementary school, and then all 3 schools within the community. At the event on Saturday, so many people had such a good time. We saw kids picking out their jackets and kids picking out their sweaters, and I think it was a really exciting time to be able to go shopping. The event itself was really great, but then the after effects of the event I think were really awesome too. We noticed this as we were driving through the community, that a lot of the kids were wearing new clothes and they were so excited.
I got a jacket and shirt, pants, and boots. Thank you for the jacket. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Such an inspirational story out of Igloolik. The Salvation Army Alberta and Northern Territories Division covers 4 million square kilometers, working in collaboration with businesses, corporations, service providers, and people just like you. The Salvation Army is able to live up to its brand promise of giving hope today.
It's an honor to be supporting the Salvation Army's Hope in the City campaign for this year. As we all know, the Salvation Army does a lot of great work, especially for Calgarians who find themselves in positions of vulnerability. And we're all very familiar with the toy drive, with the Red Kettle Campaign. So I encourage all of you to please take part in Hope in the City in 2021. And let's do our part to help the Salvation Army help our neighbors in our city.
Hi everyone, my name is Amarjeet Sohi, and as Mayor of Edmonton, helping our city's most vulnerable remains a priority for City Council and I. The Salvation Army has been doing incredible work in support of unhoused communities in Canada since 1882, and I encourage everyone to support their upcoming initiative. This year's Christmas Kettle Campaign will be raising funds for the Salvation Army's local community and family services units. Your support for this event and the Kettle Campaign could mean a world of difference to communities who need it most. You're helping vulnerable people and families build themselves a better life while restoring their hope and dignity. To learn more, please visit Salvation Army's website today. There's no greater gift than the gift of hope. Please consider giving back this holiday season and always. Thank you.
Our keynote presenter today, Mark Little, is the president and CEO of Suncor Energy Inc. Today, he'll share from his perspective what it means to work in collaboration to build better communities and live generously. Mark has also served as Senior Vice President, International and Offshore, Executive Vice President, Oil Sands, Executive Vice President, Upstream, President Upstream, and Chief Operating Officer. We're pleased to share Mark's presentation with you. It is sure to inspire.
Welcome everybody to the Salvation Army Kettle Campaign. What a great honor it is to be able to support and participate in the campaign this year. I was born and raised in Calgary, and so I've seen Alberta and Calgary change dramatically over my lifetime, having lived most of my life in the region. And it's incredible to see how we've morphed and changed over this time as we've seen so many different opportunities come and go. But we also understand challenges. We've faced our share of challenges, and certainly over the last 18 months, that is evident to everybody because we have all been impacted by COVID. And so it's a great honor to support this critical campaign that's actually providing support to the people that are the most needy within our communities. At Suncor, we thought deeply about the purpose of the corporation and eventually described our purpose as providing trusted energy that enhances people's lives while caring for each other and the earth. Sure, as a company, we are very commercially focused. We deliver about 1% of the world's crude oil every single day, 365 days of the year. And we are blessed in this region to have ample energy. And it's incredible to think where you see developed parts of the world struggling now with not enough energy and having an energy crisis. But there's more to it. How we do that is super important to us, and that gets into caring for each other and the earth. When you look at the pandemic response, never before in the history of our company have we been more focused on caring for each other. It's as true for our employees, where we've tried to figure out how do we continue to operate these facilities and maintain the facilities and do everything that we do while keeping our people safe from this incredible challenge that we've all faced. But this isn't the first time that we've responded to the community. During the Fort McMurray fires, we not only worked to support the communities as they all struggled to evacuate quickly, but that included flying out 10,000 people, in some cases with their pets, out of the community to safety so that they could be reunited with loved ones. Or the floods in Calgary, where we worked to participate and our employees gathered with the community to participate in helping people get back on their feet and dealing with this tragic event. All of these things are areas where we've had opportunities to pull alongside the community and make a difference, and our team was there. And caring for each other also meant how we engage and understand the Indigenous community and how we work with our neighbors to learn and to adapt and change as we go on this journey. We established a social goal, which is really around the journey of reconciliation with our Indigenous communities, of which we have a number that are First Nations as well as Métis. This led us to end up putting together the East Tank Farm deal, which allowed 2 First Nations to invest $500 million to become our joint venture partners in this tank farm. This will generate over $20 million a year of reliable, stable funding that goes into the First Nations to fund everything from elder care and education and infrastructure for the community. Never before has that been more important than what we just went through with COVID. As crude markets collapsed and margins disappeared, these communities were able to have reliable cash flow so that they could carry on the journey of providing for their citizens. We then took that and amped that up to the deal that we said was Astasy with 8 Indigenous groups, both Métis and First Nations, where we were able to buy into the Northern Courier pipeline. And again, this is providing reliable cash flow for all of these Indigenous communities so that they can support their own future. We just announced that recently, and it was so exciting to spend times with the community leaders and the chiefs talking about all the plans they had for the return on their investment as they went and raised funds to participate in this opportunity. All of this is around our journey of reconciliation, where we try and learn and understand. Last year, we spent over $830 million with Indigenous businesses in the pursuit of our business, in providing services and products to us that are critical for us to be able to deliver the energy that we need each and every day. It's an exciting journey, and we have a lot to continue to learn as we work through this. But that's the exciting opportunity for us, is to continue to adapt and grow as we go on this journey together. And as we've gone on our journey as a company, one of the key focuses is to be a great place to work. And that means being an inclusive workplace where we recognize the differences of individuals and we create a workplace where it can be trusting and supported, and so that people can actually bring their best to work every single day. And that includes diversity. And we think of diversity often in the context of gender or orientation or age or those sorts of things. But it also includes diverse opinions, different perspectives, different ideas, and so that we can get together and collaborate on that and find the best ideas to thrust the company forward. Never has inclusion and diversity created more angst than during COVID, where during a super intense time with lots of mental duress, we've seen this within the Black community as they've dealt with some terrible tragedies. What we realized is we had charities all trying to get resources and support and everything from conference rooms and phone systems and fax machines so that they could interact and move their charities forward. But too much of the money and focus and energy was going to the infrastructure and logistics instead of serving the community. So the focus of the Red Pole Center was to bring together 20 different charities that all share the same space. And not only has this helped simplify the logistics and turn their attention to their social contribution, but they've started to see interactions and opportunities between the charities so that they can be stronger together than they would ever be apart. We also created the Suncor Energy Foundation, which is focused on trying to help strengthen the social fabric of our communities, and to be able, whether it's in education or whatever it might be within the communities, that we can work to have a stronger community and provide the support that's necessary. All of this is aligned with what the Salvation Army is trying to do through the Kettle Campaign. And then this year, and it was interesting that we started working on this before COVID, we created the Petro-Canada Caremakers Foundation. Petro-Canada is our retail brand, and we recognize that there's 8 million Canadians that are supporting loved ones, friends, or maybe just individuals as providing care to them as they're dealing with their own personal health journeys. This is a great opportunity for us to leverage our footprint to make the social fabric of our country stronger and to provide the support for caremakers across this country. As we go on our own journey, when we talk about caring for each other, it incorporates all of this, whether it's dealing with crisis, whether it's supporting and engaging with the Indigenous community on the journey of reconciliation, or whether it's showing up in looking at the communities and providing the support to them, all the way through to inclusion and diversity with our own employees. This is the how part of our journey. And we want to ensure that not only are we providing the energy, but we're doing it in a way that we can all be proud of as Canadians. Obviously, I'm passionate about our purpose as a company. And we've spoken a lot today about providing trusted energy and caring for each other in the earth. But I think you can see now why I was so excited to participate in the Salvation Army Kettle Campaign. This is an opportunity to help the vulnerable in our community. I was amazed that last year this campaign helped almost 7,400 families within our communities. What a great opportunity. But you know what? They can't do it alone. They need us. They need us to participate and to step up and to help them achieve their goal this year of raising $600,000 to support those families. And I hope that you will join us and me in being able to provide this support so that everyone has a leg up for 2022 and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark, for such an inspiring talk. I'm Major Jamie Locke.
And I'm Major Elaine Locke. We would like to thank you today for joining us for the 2021 Kettle Campaign. Today we heard stories of resilience and hope. Your donation will make a difference in the lives of so many individuals this Christmas season.
Thank you for living generously. When you see a Salvation Army red kettle this Christmas, please give. Remember, even just a little bit of change can make a world of difference. To learn more about the Salvation Army or to make a donation, please visit us online at salvationarmy.ca.
From your friends at the Salvation Army, we wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.